In today's experiment, we are going to study about the introduction of a compound microscope. We have divided this experiment into three segments: care, parts, and focusing. Means how to care the microscope, what are the different parts of a microscope, and how we need to focus any object under the microscope. Let us see one by one. Microscope care. Students always always carry the microscope with two hands. One hand should always be at the base, whereas another hand you always hold the microscope through its arm. Only use lens paper for cleaning. You should not use any towel paper or any filter paper or any other thing, because these might scratch the lens and later on, which may hinder the focusing of any object properly. Next, do not force the knob. So the knob should be easily rotatable, and if it touch to the slide, then just slowly you lift it up. Do not force it, otherwise the lens may break down or there may be a scratch in the lens, so that later on it may be a problem for viewing the object properly. Always store covered. So after performing, you cover the microscope with its cover, so that the dust and any other substance cannot fall on the lens and the mirror, and it can be prevented. Keep the object clear of desk and cord. It is very important. You should not leave anything in the desk means the stage of the microscope, because most of the time we are using the acids for the microscopic focus for preparing the slide for microscopic examination. So if by mistake any type of acids or any reagents falls on the stage, or immediately you should wipe it out with the help of a filter paper or cotton, so that the corrosion can be prevented. So these are few things students always should remember before handling the microscope. Now coming to the different parts of a compound microscope. Here you can see this is a diagram of a compound microscope. At the topmost part you will find the eyepiece, followed by body tube, then the arm, then the revolving nose piece which contains objective lens, then the stage which contains the stage clips. Below to that you will find diaphragm, coarse adjustment screw for coarse focusing, fine adjustment screw for fine focusing, then the light, followed by the base. So these are the different parts of a compound microscope. So let us see the parts one by one. So what is a microscope? A microscope has a very powerful magnifying glass through which the microscopic characters like cell, etc. can be viewed. So the eyepiece, already I mentioned. So this is the only part where your eye will come in contact with the microscope to observe any microscopical character. Next is stage clips and objective. Stage clips hold the slide in place, whereas the low power objective is used to focus the microscope, mainly bigger size of section you can focus, whereas high power objective is used to view the detail of the specimen, means the cellular characteristic, inside cellular characteristics of the specimen. Next, coarse adjustment and fine adjustment screw and base. So these are the various things. Coarse adjustment is mainly used for focusing the adjustment, whereas fine adjustment is just fine tuning of the focusing, and it gives detailed focusing to observe the smaller cellular characteristic in more significant manner. The base is where the microscope rests. Next, coming to the stage. So this is the stage, the below one. Stage is the part where the slide rests. Mirror or light, if it is an electronic microscope, then you can find the light already present in that microscope. Generally nowadays we are using that in the lab, so it gives us the proper light for viewing any object. Next, the diaphragm. This is the diaphragm. Diaphragm allows the entry of required amount of light for viewing any sample properly. So adjustment of light is very important to observe any type of cellular characteristic feature. Then the nose piece, which contain it is a rotating device which contains mainly the objective lenses. Then the arm. Mainly the arm is the part where you carry the microscope. So these are in brief various parts of a microscope.